Let us do our job, all right? Who elected me press liaison? Well, if it isn't Bay City's own resident nobility. Oops. I forgot you're not noble anymore.
Cut the comedy, will you, Larry? I've had a rough night.
So, how does it feel to be the ex-queen of, who's his, Oh, where are my manners? Would you like a nice cool drink?
Well, that's more like it. Yeah, I'll take a sparkling water, whatever you have around, twist of lemon.
Would you please get our present lowness a nice tall glass of tap?
Gee, you're all heart.
I just want to welcome you, Cecile, to your first stop on your way up the river.
You're home early. I can hardly hear myself think. There, that's better. How was the movie?
Everyone liked it but Marley.
Well, it really wasn't much of a love story.
No, it was much too, juvenile for someone as sophisticated as yourself.
I don't think I ever used the word juvenile.
Now, darling, are we going to fight about the movie?
Has he been bothering you like this all night?
No, as a matter of fact, I've been waiting on her hand and foot. Hey, I'm gonna go to the fridge and get something to eat. Anybody bite? No. Cold pizza? Okay, I'll just indulge myself.
Looks like your evening has almost been as good as mine has. Why did you go see Michael? How did you know I did that?
Because he called here so that we wouldn't worry about where you and Blade had gone.
Oh, how thoughtful of him.
Where's Blade?
Blade. I can't believe that I actually have a person named Blade in my home.
Where is he?
He's outside playing sentry to us fair maidens in distress. Not much of a Sir Walter Raleigh, is he?
No, but then we're not exactly fair maidens in distress.
Michael never did tell me what kind of danger we were in.
Listen, you guys, they found Cass and Kathleen.
Winthrop and McKinnon were found in a wooded area off Interstate 42. There appears to have been a shooting. No details yet, but at least 2 persons are known to have been badly wounded.
Oh, nurse, how is my husband? You'll have to speak to the doctor.
The doctor will come out as soon as they know anything, Felicia.
It's just, it's been such a long time now.
Honey, it just seems that way because of the waiting.
You know, this is all my fault.
Zane wouldn't want you talking that way.
No, it really is. He told me to stay down, and I had to see what was going on. And he risked his life to save me.
You would have done the same thing if it had been him.
What am I going to tell Annie? I mean, her only brother, and he's been shot again.
Molly's taking care of that.
Ken.
Come on.
I know.
Mrs. Lindquist?
Oh, yes. Doctor, how is he?
You can go in and see your husband now.
Thank you.
How bad is he?
It's not good. Any word on the man who shot him?
Some enemy of Cecile's. The only thing I got was he worked for a guy named LaSalle.
Did you see LaSalle?
We never came through the lobby. Unless he was in disguise.
He could have used a side entrance.
Yeah, give me extension XM51.
Corey.
Now, Adam, look, he's gone. We had the vulture and we lost him.
How long ago?
About 10 minutes.
All right, you can't be far. Look, I'll be there in 5. Don't make a move without me, you hear me?
He can't get away. I've waited too long to get him. Well, let's go.
Oh, wait a minute. What did Detective Corey say?
I don't care what Detective Corey said. I want LaSalle tonight.
Yeah, this is 27. Please advise if 9 has been divided.
That's a negative.
Up all transportation fees, and nobody takes a coffee break. You got it?
Affirmative. Over.
27 over and out. It's a nice round number.
So how come you beefed up the security at the airport, Adam? Isn't that what you meant by upping all transportation fees?
It's pretty good.
Is that Michael Hudson on the radio earlier? Okay, Adam, how come Michael Hudson can get patched through on the police radio and I don't even still know what's going on? I'm still in the dark.
Look, I appreciate all the room you've been giving me on this, MJ, and you're right. You're right. You deserve an explanation.
You're after this LaSalle guy, right?
Yeah, we've had him under constant surveillance ever since he set foot in this country. I'm afraid now he's slipped through.
Divided night?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, that may be just what he wants us to think.
So how long have you been tracking me?
Since I got here to Bay City.
Wait a minute, Adam. I thought you came here to find Cass.
It's more than just Cass, MJ.
What's going on, Adam?
Michael Hudson pulled a few strings to get me brought in here when it looked like Cecile was connected to the Vulture.
I can't believe this. You mean you have been lying to me from the very beginning?
Look, it's not because I've wanted to. You have to understand. You're a detective.
Was a detective.
So you know how important it is to maintain absolute security on a bust like this.
So you're a tracker, huh?
We had to get LaSalle into this country so that we could nail him. Cass's disappearance just happened to be the connection so that we could get the ball rolling.
Okay. Okay, who is this LaSalle guy? Is he an ex-Nazi? What?
No.
What? What, Adam? Who is he?
Now look, this part's really classified, MJ. You can't breathe a word of it. Not to anyone, not to Kathleen. At least, not until after we've gotten him into custody.
Adam, I am not in the habit of telling my sister police secrets, okay? You can trust me.
I just hope we can get him into custody tonight.
Who is he? Come on, Adam, I can keep a secret.
Everything's a big secret.
Well, they can never divulge the names of the victims until the police have made a positive identification.
Why is it every time I open my mouth, you jump down my throat?
I was just trying to explain.
The police know if any of the cops are shot. What if it was MJ? Riley?
I'm sorry, I didn't
I think I'll go call and find out.
He's in rare form.
Why don't you tell me what happened when you went to see Michael?
The usual. I caught him in another lie.
I really wish you wouldn't say things like that.
Forgive me. I forgot that your father had been raised to sainthood.
That's not what I meant.
He said that he couldn't be reached, didn't he? When the whole time Jake and Razor...
Blade, his name's Blade.
Whatever. They both had the number.
Well, I'm sure that Michael had a good reason.
Yes, it's the kind of reason that all men stick together for. The phone number was a hotel room.
Oh, and you just had to rush right over there.
You should have seen him. He was so nervous he could hardly wait to get me out of the room.
I'm sure that you're just exaggerating.
Marley, he was trying to get rid of me. And of course, he gave me that you're in some sort of terrible danger routine. And as far as I'm concerned, it was just another lie.
My father wouldn't do that.
Darling, your father is no different than any man who lies to get what he wants.
Of course, men are the only people who do things like that.
Marley, this isn't funny. How do you think I feel watching the parade of Miss America contenders sweeping in and out of his office every day? I'm not 21 anymore.
I really don't think you have anything to worry about.
Have you seen Marlena and Deborah? I can't compete with bodies like that.
No, you can't. Now, will you stop selling yourself short? You were Michael's first love. Two of you shared a lot of things.
He's changed. Things are different now. He's not the sweet, innocent stable boy that I fell in love with 20 years ago.
So are you trying to tell me you're not in love with him?
Of course I'm in love with him. Sometimes so much that I scare myself with it. He's just so cosmopolitan now. And what I think he must be feeling when he looks at me after...
he loves you.
But what if he thinks I'm too shallow? I mean, I don't have a career like all those vampettes that hover around him all the time.
Yes, but you kept his family together.
But that's not the same.
All the cops are okay? MJ's okay? So is Kathleen.
Well, that's one good thing at least.
Why? What happened?
Nothing. Nothing, not a thing. Everything's fine.
Okay, what gives? Am I the enemy? How come every time I walk in the room I get the freeze treatment?
Maybe there's just nothing to talk about.
And why do you even care?
I don't. Rabbi?
You're sure you have enough blood?
We have plenty of AB negative. That's not the problem.
And about removing the bullet.
And Mrs.
shouldn't you
Lindquist, your husband has sustained major trauma.
Yes, but he's so strong.
He's lost a great deal of blood.
Are you saying that he's not going to make it?
We're trying to stabilize him so we can operate.
So when you operate, then he'll be fine, right?
The bullet struck the clavicle. Now it shattered the bone.
What does that mean exactly?
Essentially, it ricocheted inside the body. We're doing all that we can.
Is he going to die?
He's in critical condition, Mrs. Lindquist.
But if you take the bullet
No,
out...
we cannot operate now. Surgery would be too risky before his condition stabilizes.
You have to do something. I mean, you can't just let him die, can you?
Why don't you go in and sit with him? Now, I think that's what he needs most right now.
Okay. Hey, tough guy. You know, the doctor said that you're going to be as good as new in no time.
This part of Another World is brought to you by delicious Citrus Hills Select Orange Juice. 100% pure, 100% natural, 100% guaranteed to get your juices flowing.
Why don't you go see if Blade wants a pizza?
Okay. Beats the company in this room.
I'm certainly glad you've seen the light about Jake McKinnon. As far as I'm concerned, he's nothing but riffraff. Doesn't have an ounce of responsibility. For social graces, forget it. He'd never have been one of us.
It's enough, Donna. Jake is not riffraff, all right? And if he weren't responsible, then he wouldn't still be here. Why are you always putting him down?
Must be a family trait. Putting people down? Being attracted to the wrong kind of man. It was my first mistake.
Michael is not the wrong kind of man.
We don't have anything in common. He's rich, yes. But other than that, we're worlds apart.
Michael's perfect for you, Donna. You just don't want to believe that because you might lose him.
That's ridiculous. Besides, he hasn't done anything but deceive me.
That's not true. All right, maybe he hasn't told you all the truth about tonight, but it's just because he can't.
Fiddlesticks.
He loves you, Donna.
I don't want to talk about Michael.
Fine, okay.
At least you're out of Jake's clutches. Now, if you want to talk about a real loser...
Jake is not a loser. He may not be perfect, but he's very honest. He tries harder than anybody I know. Never deliberately hurt anyone.
Listen to you.
I can't believe this. After everything that's happened, you're still in love with Jake.
Okay, Cecile, give me a statement.
Let's see. Being held hostage can really give a girl hangnails.
You know, you don't have diplomatic immunity anymore. Sooner or later, you're going to have to spill your guts.
Ooh, I love it when you talk dirty.
Why don't you do something human for a change? Give me something good to remember you by before they shove you in the clinker.
You're really enjoying this, aren't you, Ewing?
Uh-huh.
Sorry. No statement. Not until I see a lawyer.
Now, you want a lawyer?
I seem to recall you saying something about if I couldn't afford one, the court would appoint one.
Yeah, you heard right.
So appoint. My checkbook's a little low at the moment.
You see, I'm not the court.
Larry, dig up a judge and find me a mouthpiece.
Is there something wrong with the one you've got?
Okay, Larry, forget the lawyer. And get me some nail polish, buffed bisque.
All right, fine. You want a lawyer? You've got a lawyer.
Good.
Yeah. Ewing, get me legal aid. Yeah, I know what time it is.
The ambassador of Tangier is here to see you, Lieutenant.
Oh,
What?
Send him right in.
No! Larry, what is he doing here?
Well, we're going to find out.
Larry, would you just please tell him that we're in America and that I'm under arrest and that he has no jurisdiction here?
Just let the man talk.
Larry, you don't seem to understand. When my husband, the beloved king of Tangier, died, his people wanted me very badly, and I do mean on a silver platter. So put me in handcuffs or something. Tell him that he can't have me, Larry. Please, just tell him that he...
Night Queen.
What does Annie do?
I couldn't get through to her, but I did leave an urgent message.
Poor thing. Jane's all the family she has.
Well, now look, he's going to be okay. The blood bank has plenty of AB negative blood this time.
Yeah, all we have to do is wait for the doctors to patch Zane up. Huh?
Right. Zane's a fighter.
Excuse me. Yes? What's wrong?
Well, I guess his last few days are starting to catch up with me. That's all.
Zane, isn't it?
He's my friend. I'm worried about him, that's all.
Were you there when he was put in the ambulance? Is there something else that you know that we don't?
No.
Well, how did he seem? What did the paramedics say?
Katie. Oh, my girl.
Hi.
Oh, I had to calm myself and see if you're all right. No thanks to you.
This time you're right in the money, Vince.
It's your fault as usual. But I'm glad to see you in one piece. Saints, forgive me.
Thanks, Vince. Thanks a lot.
You bum.
Hello, MJ. Did Adam come with you?
No, Mac, he didn't.
I heard the man who shot Zane is at another hospital. Did Adam go there?
No, Ludwig's still unconscious.
Well, where is he?
Well, Adam had something to clear up.
Let's just cool down. I don't want to blow this thing. Look, I want you to go down to that phone booth on the corner, and I want you to tell, what's his name, Dietrich. Just tell him to stay put.
I didn't know you had people on the outside.
Neither did anybody else.
Wait a minute, you've had guys watching this place all along?
It's just a precaution. So you can relax. The vulture's here someplace. I've had this hotel surrounded since the day you checked in.
You know, so have I.
You had men downstairs?
I had men on the rooftops. I had them next door. I'm not taking any chances here, buddy.
I wish you had told me.
Hey, look, I wish you told me. Would have saved my life a lot of aggravation.
Well, it was just a precaution. I was just afraid you might jump in and go after him yourself.
Yeah, well, I wish I had. Maybe this wouldn't have happened then.
All right, well, look, I think we have to assume that he's heard about Ludwig. And he figures that we're probably onto him.
You think he's trying to fake us out?
Probably. Look, he couldn't have gotten by two surveillance teams. He's got to be someplace in this hotel, someplace.
But where? I checked out the restaurants. I checked the bars.
Did you check the gift shops?
Oh, yeah. He's down buying souvenirs, right?
Look, I think we have to check every nook and cranny in this building. We have pulled too many strings to get this far. We can't lose him now.
Well, I'm with you, buddy. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
What?
Would you look at this?
Well, well, well. The vulture is back in his nest. Ah! Look, he went shopping.
Let's get him.
I waited a long time for this.
You are going to make this, hon.
Used to like listening to you fudge.
I never fudge.
Ah, you fudge all the time. D.A. Martin, Cat House. The story about the ring and the files, it was all fudge.
Honey, I'm sorry. I was just trying to help Cat.
I know. That's what I love about you, Fanny. I'm very proud that you were a part of my life.
I am a part of your life. I always will be.
I was kind of looking forward to it. 100 more years or so.
We're going to have. Now, would you stop talking so negatively? You know, you forget. You were in this place before you lost 5 pints of blood, and you were holding on by a thread. Did you forget that?
This is a different one, babe.
No, don't say that, honey, please.
I love you. I was even getting used to that.
Don't do this. Now, you just stop doing this right now. Do you hear me? I'm not going to let you die, Zane Lindquist. I'm not. I love you. You old sweet dog. I love everything about you. I even love that stupid, smelly tackle box. I love your weathered face. And I love this curly mop of hair. Honey, listen to me. That love is going to get you through tonight. If you hold on to that, Zane. Zane, what's the matter? What? Zane, what? What? Zane? Zane? Oh, God, no. Please. Call Blue! Please don't leave me. I love you. I love you. Hear me, honey. I love you. Please, I love you.
You're still in love with Jake.
Don't be silly.
You were just defending him.
I was defending him because you're always putting him down.
So you were just sticking up for the underdog.
Really don't want to talk about Jake. Why don't you finish telling me what happened with Michael?
There's nothing more to tell.
You have to believe he still loves you.
I do when I'm with him. I believe every word he says implicitly. Then when I'm not with him, all the doubts start to flood in again.
Bet you said he was alone over at the hotel.
Well, he was. At least while I was there. But he was so nervous, it was almost as if he were afraid that somebody was going to walk in the door any second.
I think you're letting your imagination run away with you.
I'm serious. The whole time I was there, he kept staring at the doorway across.
That doesn't make any sense, Donna.
Oh, of course. How could I have been so stupid?
Don't get carried away, all right?
He was with a woman.
An invisible woman.
Yes, she was invisible temporarily while she went across the hall to change into something more comfortable.
I don't believe this.
She probably had her own room so as not to arouse any suspicions. Of course, that was it.
How can you say you love someone and then always assume the worst of them?
Who are you calling?
Michael. I'm going to ask him to come over here and try and talk some sense into you.
Well, don't be surprised if he's all tied up.
No answer. I wonder where he could be this time of night.
Across the hall.
Bay City Police, open up! Detective Sergeant Corey, Bay City Police Department. Mr. LaSalle, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Be sure I'll have the answers.
Look, we can do this here, we can take you downtown, it's your choice.
You sound like you've been watching too much television, Detective. Come in.
You planning on leaving our fair city?
This is a hotel, Detective. Coming and going is the accepted practice. But I'm sure that's not what brought you out at such a late hour. Now, what would you like to ask?
Actually, I came by to tell you that you can cancel your travel plans.
Why should I do that?
Because you've got a lot to answer for, Reggie, my friend.
I wasn't aware we were on a first-name basis. Now, may we dispense with the amateur theatrics and get to the point of your visit, gentlemen?
The point is, your name is not LaSalle.
Indeed.
It's Reginald Love. It's been a long time, Reggie. And you're finally going to get what's coming to you.
Stay tuned for the next part of Another World.
Holy son! How long did you think you could go on breathing the same air as decent people?
Detective, I most certainly didn't invite you and your minions in here to be insulted.
Chill out, Michael.
You are going to pay for this.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's start with Gunther Herrmann.
Never heard of him.
He was your contact for the late King of Tankir.
How about Sally Ewing? You had her murdered, didn't you?
Sally Ewing. I'm sure I've never heard that name before.
I wouldn't be so smug if I were you.
We have Johann Ludwig in custody. It's only a matter of time before he talks.
Is that also a name that's supposed to mean something to me?
Johann Ludwig, your hired assassin.
You are spinning a very amusing yarn, Mr. I didn't catch your name.
Well, why don't you think back a little, Reggie? The name is Michael Hudson now.
Ah, yes. The financier. I saw your face on the cover of Business Week magazine recently. A fair likeness?
Well, thank you. The name used to be Michael Hudson Garrison. Ring a bell?
Garrison. My stable boy.
In the flesh, Reg.
This has gone far enough.
I think this is just the start of it. There's a whole line of people downtown that are just dying to have a word with you, starting with Interpol.
If you have a charge, Detective, you'd better make it, because I have a plane to catch.
Not tonight, you don't.
Reg, I think you better relax. You're going to have a very long stay in Bay City.
If I see with my very own eyes that Michael has betrayed me, then I'll be finished with it, and I won't have to torture myself anymore.
This is really insane.
Marley, he trumped up this whole dragnet plot. It's right out of a grade B movie. And I fell for it. We all fell for it.
All right. All right, if you want to go over to the hotel, if that's going to make you feel better, let me go get Jake, and he can drive you over.
No. You watch the Hardy Boys and distract them, and I'm going to sneak out.
Donna, Michael,
do you want to help me or not?
So, you want to help me, is that right?
I want to get you back to Tankir, my queen, with all possible haste.
Oh, I'll bet you do. Well, you can forget about it, Robbie, and you can tell that to those cutthroats you work for.
Your Highness doesn't understand.
Oh, I understand all right. You want to feed me to the sharks. What's not to understand?
No. There has been a counter-revolution in Tankir, my queen. You are queen again, Majesty.
But Amir is dead.
That does not matter. The throne of Tankir needs a regent.
As in queen.
Of course. You will only be a figurehead, but you will still represent the culture and tradition of our country to the world.
So I'll still live in the royal palace just like before with all the frills?
Most certainly, Majesty.
Then I really do have diplomatic immunity.
That's why I have come. I will arrange for your release immediately.
Good. Oh, Robbie, wait. Now, what about all those crimes I was accused of, like embezzling from the royal treasury? Vicious lies, of course.
Merely propaganda, my queen. The men responsible have been thrown into prison where they belong.
Good. Then I'm back on top. Okay, Robbie, what are we waiting for? Order me a car.
Hey, is this little powwow about over?
Completely.
So, are you people going to provide her with a lawyer or what?
Gee, it was a real blast seeing you again, Larry, but I really do have to run.
Well, I wouldn't put on my running shoes just yet, Cecile. Yeah, Lieutenant Ewing, Bay City Police Department. I need to check on a condition of Mr. Zane Lindquist.
Mrs. Lindquist. Yes, what happened to him? Why don't we go into the waiting area? Your friends are all there. No, I want my husband to know I'm here with him now. They'll be taking him down to the OR. Dr. Lambert is scrubbing now.
So they are going to operate?
Yes. Why don't we go out?
No, they said it was too dangerous.
They will do everything they possibly can. You should be with your friend.
No, I want Zane to know that I'm here. I want him to know that I love him.
I'm sure he knows that, Mrs. Hayes. Keep his finger at the corner of his eye.
Zane? Honey, I'm here. Sweetheart, hold on. I'm here.
Mrs. Lapis, let's get some air.
I didn't know that I was here. So pale, so weak. He's going to die, isn't he? Well, they just took Zane to the operating room.
Now, don't you worry about a thing. As soon as the doctor gets that slug out of him, he's going to be just fine.
Of course he will.
Yeah, I mean, after all, there's no shortage of blood this time, right?
He's just so pale, and he was unconscious when they wheeled him out, so he wasn't able to see me.
But he's very strong, and he's gonna pull through.
Just like he did the last time. Remember how worried we were? Oh, thanks, friend. I needed that. Kathleen, you had us all so scared tonight. I was pretty scared myself. I know. But you made it, and so will Zane.
Oh, of course he will.
I know.
What does she mean by that? Is Katie in some kind of danger?
Well, I guess you're going to find out sooner or later anyway, Pops. Kathleen was taken hostage.
What?
By this man, Ludwig. He held a gun to her head while he was trying to make a getaway.
And where were you all this time?
I was at point blank range.
Well, how could you let this happen to Katie?
Pops, it was not Cass's fault. Anyway, Kathleen was terrific.
She saved my life, Vince. She deflected the guy's arm, and then he knocked her up against the car, and Adam had a chance to shoot him.
Shoot?
Adam saved Kathleen's life.
And mine, Vince.
Well, it looks like I owe Adam Corey more than a free drink at the bar, huh? What about this Ludwig guy? Where is he?
He's at another hospital.
Well, he better pray he doesn't make it, because I'll kill him with my own bare hands.
You're going to have to get in line.
You know, I'm very glad that you're back with us.
I just wish it didn't happen like this.
This is not your fault.
I love Zane.
I know that. And love is what's going to pull us through all of this tonight.
Absolutely. At least Cecile isn't going to get away with it this time.
Hey, if you hadn't driven like a maniac to catch up with that ambulance, Zane wouldn't be as far as he is right now. He's a tough guy. I mean, we know that. And he will pull through, right?
Sure he will.
I know.
Can I buy you a cup of coffee? It's going to be a long night.
You know, that's a good idea.
Not for me, thanks.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll be back.
Right.
Thanks. Cass,
What?
what is it with you?
Nothing.
You don't think Zane's going to make it, do you?
Mr. Winthrop, there's a call for you.
Thanks. Hello.
Guess who scooped her crown out of the gutter and walked out of here as Queen of Tankir?
Cecile.
She just moved into the Avery Hotel in the presidential suite.
Thanks. Thanks a lot, Larry.
What about Cecile?
She fell for it. Hook, line, and rhinestone tiara.
You're kidding.
So far, the plan is working.
What do you mean she's gone?
Could I interest you in blading some iced tea?
Wait a minute. She put you up to this, didn't she?
Maybe some ginger ale.
She sent you out there to talk to us while she slipped out the back,
I'd
right?
make some coffee, but it's such a dreadfully hot evening.
Just to chip off the old block, aren't you?
Is that supposed to be some sort of a dig?
No, that's your department.
Oh, what's yours? Worn out one-liners?
My. Have we grown up or what? We've even learned to lie like a real love.
Oh, what makes you think that I'm lying?
You know that I was supposed to keep my eye on Donna, and you deliberately let her get away.
What Donna does is her own business.
Not when I give my word to Michael that I'm going to keep an eye on the two of you.
You can just knock off this Mr. Protector thing. I can see right through it.
Congratulations. You're becoming more like Donna every second.
You'd do anything for money, wouldn't you? Including keeping us prisoner here in this house. Well, just consider your job done.
I will when Michael calls and says you're safe.
Your concern is overwhelming. I really don't need a bodyguard.
Why don't you crawl down off your high horse and admit that you don't know everything, Molly?
Me? Since when has anybody ever been able to tell you anything?
You did a pretty good job of it.
Believe me, I didn't even scratch the surface.
You know what your trouble is? You're afraid, Marley. You're afraid I'll get to you.
Don't flatter yourself.
You're afraid right now. You're nervous because it's just the two of us.
That's a lie.
Then prove it.
I don't have to.
Fine, then you can just live in your little fishbowl and you can look out and watch the rest of us live.
I will.
Great. Where's Donna?
She had personal business to attend to.
What business?
The kind that's none of your business. Don't worry, Donna can take care of her own problems.
Donna, did you say?
Yeah. Well, you remember your daughter, don't you? She's the one whose money you embezzled and have been holding illegally in a Swiss bank account.
Mr. Hudson, or Garrison, or whatever it is you call yourself. If I am this Reginald Love, then I'm obviously not dead. In which case, Donna Love inherited nothing, so I couldn't really be called a thief, now could I?
You're not going to smooth talk your way out of this one, Reg.
I believe I already have. Now, if you'll finish with these tiresome games...
I think the fun's just beginning.
You don't really understand, do you, Detective? Either you have a specific charge against me, or you get out of my way.
Well, where do you want to start, Reg? How about 20 years ago, when you locked your own daughter in a dark cellar because she had the audacity to conceive a child without your permission? What kind of human garbage does it take to take newborn twins away from their mother and arbitrarily give one of them away to total strangers? What kind of vulture does things like that?
Chill out, Michael.
What kind of animal does it take? What kind of moral degenerate to stage his own death so that he could embezzle the family funds and steal from his own flesh and blood?
You forgot one unspeakable crime. The horsewhipping of a rather dull-witted stable boy. But then horsewhipping a dumb beast isn't really a crime, is it?
Who you think? This isn't getting us anywhere. Come on.
You recognize this man?
Interesting face. Should I know him?
I think you do. You hired him. You hired him to commit a whole string of felonies on your behalf, including kidnapping. And if a man named Zane Lindquist were to die, we'd have to add murder to that list. Right now, we'll go with attempted murder.
See you talk your way out of this one.
You're not going to charge me with murder, attempted or otherwise, because none of your evidence would stand up.
You're an associate of Johann Ludwig. We know he is a hired killer. That makes you an accomplice.
You'd arrest a man on what amounts to hearsay?
We'd prefer not to press formal charges at this time. Right now, we'd just like to take you downtown for a little polite question.
Oh, yes. Polite, by all means, Detective Corey.
Where do you think you're going?
To bed.
Maybe I'll just come and make sure.
No, don't worry. I'm not going to try to escape out the window. So you can just curl up on the couch and have sweet dreams about your precious macho image.
My. Did we pick up a smart mouth when we left, or what?
Maybe it's just the company I keep.
If we were not afraid, why did we lock the door?
You gonna stand there all night?
Just doing my job.
Why is the man who shot Zane at a different hospital?
Security reasons.
Any word on his condition?
He's in a coma.
Well, he better pray he doesn't make it.
Now, don't you worry about Zane. He's come through tougher scrapes than this.
That's true, he has.
Mrs. Lindquist?
Dr. Lambert, how's the surgeon? Is he all
Mrs.
right?
Lindquist, I'd like to talk to you in private.
This questioning is only going to be a waste of my time and yours, John.
We'll see about that.
What if I were to say I didn't know this Johann Ludwig?
I think in that case you'd have a hard time explaining this photograph of the two of you taken together coming off your plane in Houston.
I wouldn't gloat if I were you, boy. This isn't over. Not by a long shot.
You're not telling me anything I don't already know.
Shall we? No more questions till we get downtown. You got that?
Yeah. Look, I waited this long already.
Donna.
Forgotten your manners, Donna? But you gotta say hello to your father.
This part of Another World was brought to you by Ivory Shampoo and Ivory Conditioner. They don't have lots of fancy ingredients. They're ivory. Not fancy, just fabulous.
I'm Bryant Gumbel. Next week on Today, animators Hanna-Barbera tackle the Bible. Also Phil Donahue, Jeff Goldblum, and Michael Keaton. Join us next week on Today.
Join us each weekday for the continuing story of Another World.